Hey everyone out there in the land of YouTube, Annette Dion here. It's time for a 10 to 12 minute tune in. It's been a little while. It's Sunday, October 20th. Earlier this afternoon we had Church of Spirituality here on the channel. I hope you get a chance to check that out. I'm at a cemetery. As you can see, there's several veterans buried in the cemetery. I don't know anybody here personally, but maybe behind me you'll see some ghosts pop up. It's just dusk right now. I'm in a town called Magnolia, and I thought I would take a look at what's going on. We're 2 weeks out from a very pivotal time in United States history, and you are part of it. We all came here to do this. There's a little worm. I'm attracting things. There was a fly in my church service. Just try to ignore them. That was a little worm. Oh yes, it's Halloween. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a few cards about what's going to happen. I'm not going to pull cards about whether Trump is completely deranged and has dementia, and it's all his malignant narcissism is coming out like in very scary, horrifying ways. So this card just fell out of the deck. This is the Four of Swords, indicating that he is exhausted. This is the exhaustion card. Now, it occurred to me just like an hour ago that I think it was on Friday, I said, in 9 days, I see something really major happening that's going to be really a major disruption. He's going to do something heinous. And then it occurred to me, or I just came across it, he's having a Nazi rally. It's scheduled for Madison Square Garden on October 27th, and that is definitely what I'm picking up on. Because I was talking about it and I didn't know what exactly that I was picking up on, but it was pretty huge. And when I count out 9 days from Friday, right around that time, that brings us to about the 27th. I mean, I know that's a little bit after, but it still is right around the same time. And I see the karma card. So these are just cards that just kind of popped up as I was talking about it. The Four of Swords, he's absolutely exhausted. That's his mental state. And the karma card is, well, definitely we see that. I mean, everything he said about Joe Biden and the mainstream media, man, is just, wow. It's glaringly obvious whose side they have been on all along, because we had to listen to Biden bashing for even before he went into the office of president. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about the mainstream media. I literally, maybe you heard this too, I heard him call Kamala Harris a shit president that needs to be fired for doing a terrible job. I never in my life ever thought that I would bear witness to that. So I'm going to pull 3 cards. I did catch a little bit of video of Jake Tapper and MAGA Mike. Check that out if you can. This stuff is all over Midas Touch. It's not all over the mainstream media in terms of like how MAGA Mike is behaving, completely flipping things around. To be backwards is a sign of the demonic. I just want to let you guys all know that. I say it all the time because people aren't educated on evil. So I do my best. Let me, this card's falling. 3 cards the cards are just dealing themselves. So as far as mainstream media, yes, they need to do the responsible thing, and they need to serve the American people that they are supposed to be serving. There's a new moon behind her. Gives me the sense that within the next waxing moon time, which would be, I don't know what the date would be, there's going to be something major hit for mainstream media. I do see a time where mainstream media is forced to do an about face. similar to what happened on January 6th. And I was saying the other day that I'm picking up on something. Well, yeah, 9 days from Friday. Yeah, that's actually it. Yeah, the 27th. Something major is going to happen on the 27th. And it has January 6th vibes to it. Now, I'm not going to scare you. I'll just tell you like it is. Something that's going to shift the equation and make things painstakingly clear, not just to all of us who are in the know, also all of the people that aren't in the know because of the dereliction of duty of the mainstream media. Something big is going to happen on the 27th. And the 5 of Cups, that's when mainstream media is going to say, what have we been doing? And that's exactly what happened on January 6th, too. They just keep falling back. They just keep being pulled back into the old groove, the path of least resistance, just kowtow to corporate media. That's what they've been doing. Like Sinclair Group, for example. They're all right-wing extremists. So I'm reading on the media. They'll realize that they've missed out on an opportunity to do the right thing for our democracy. I think mainstream media is going to start to suffer the repercussions. And the Knight of Swords, and that's partly to do with the truth coming out. Because the Knight of Swords is indicative of a male energy that's very... The sword is great intensity and strength, but it doesn't have a negative feeling. It has a feeling like, okay, here's the truth. And it's undeniable. So I'm going to pull 3 cards now about the Donald. So nice and peaceful here. Before I end the video, I'll show you the beautiful foliage that you can see. The sun's going down, but you can kind of see it. All right, I'm going to pull 3 cards about Donald's mental health. And not just his mental health. It's not like, is he mentally ill? Well, we don't need to read on that, but is anything going to be done about it? Like, he's hauled off somewhere in a paddy wagon and a straitjacket. That's what I'm talking about. I hope you guys are getting an opportunity to get outside. If you're having beautiful weather like we are, we really are having gorgeous weather. What's going to happen? 3 of Pentacles, Justice. Okay, exactly. The question is, what's going to happen as a result of Donald Trump mentally dilapidatedness? Just being mentally... He doesn't even know where he is. Half of the time. The moon, lunacy. And what's making him more of a lunatic is he cannot beat down, it's like whack-a-mole, he cannot beat down all the cases coming at him. This is really a strong feeling of Tanya Chutkin here. And the 3 of Pentacles. I know we wish that we were further along, of course, but this is a strong, fail-safe case against Donald Trump being in the position that he's in. I'm going to ask, just because I'm bringing it up, what's going to happen on the 27th? That's 7 days away. They're planning a Nazi rally that's kind of a copycat of what happened in the early part of the 20th century. If you want to know more about that, check out Rachel Maddow's book, Peril. I think it's in that one. One of those 2 books. Or just Google it. And it was a Hitler influenced Nazi rally. I mean, there was almost a Nazi takeover of the United States. And that's what Donald Trump is attempting to do again. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about that. Maybe I'll end right at 10. No, probably 12. It's a 12-minute tune-in. What's going to happen on the 27th? It's going to harken back to, I actually see security. I I see discussions between the New York Police Department and our national security agencies, and I actually see them in discussions right now about, are they going to really let this happen? How are they going to rein it in based on what happened on January 6th? It's an exhausting, we are all exhausted, that's for sure. It's an exhausting task to secure that event. And the Page of Swords, I do see a threat of some violence, and I think that that shuts it down. I didn't bring my pendulum. So what I'll do is I'll pull one or two more cards about that 27th Nazi rally here in the United States of America in 2024. He's having a Nazi rally. There are no words, and leaves are falling off the trees. They must have heard what I said. And you know, you can see that they're, I don't know if you can see them, but they're military. You can see the flag. Veterans that served in our United States military buried in the cemetery, as I'm talking about a potential for a Nazi rally going, for just the Nazi rally alone, but that's even happening. I have two cards about that. King of Pentacles, I feel like it's going to highlight who needs to be put away. The Nine of Wands, actually what the guides are saying is it's kind of like it tests our readiness. This rally in Madison Square Garden, if it happens, I do see something happening. It's going to be like a testing ground to see, to check the reinforcements for this election time that we're in. So, all right, I don't want to keep you too long. It's already 12 minutes. We'll look into it more tomorrow at PNN, Psychic News Network. Please know that my income is dependent on people booking readings. I've been doing readings for 30 plus years. So if you need a very accurate psychic reading, psychicannetdion.com. I'll be happy to do your reading. I also do tea leaf readings, and I'm also a very potent, powerful spiritual life coach. So there you go. There it is. I love you guys. Check out Church of Spirituality, and we'll see you very soon. Be good to yourselves. Namaste.